So my project today is cleaning out this fence row where I can drive up through here with a mule and keep an eye on the fence and repair it. It's actually a property line fence between us and our neighbor. And it's just not been maintained in several years. I started bush hogging some of this the other day. I mean, it'll bush hog okay. Kind of chop it up, but you still leave all those stumps. So I thought I would just bring the excavator up through here and just dig this stuff up and clear it along the fence. It's pretty steep here. It kind of levels off once I get farther up the hill. We'll have to trim that cedar up. It's not real bad right here. I could have bush hogged all this. I didn't. Saw those bigger trees over there and decided to leave it, but these will be easy enough to grub up. Got a good fence here. There's going to be a lot of trees that fell. I don't check this fence very often, but 2 or 3 times a year, and you always just have to take off hoofing it. The cows do use this a lot in the summer. Now this time of year they don't use it much. But yeah, dead pines everywhere and leaners. It's a pretty white oak tree. It gets pretty steep out here to point, so I'm not sure what I'll do there, but if I can get access to part of it, that'll be better than nothing. That right here, the fence is completely down. Well, there's 1 strand, 2 strands. I didn't see that at first. But yeah, it's getting pretty sidling out through here. Some pretty big trees, but I can probably cut me a little bench out through there and go a good distance. Just kind of chunk some of this old stuff here down off the hill. Yeah. We'll see how it goes. So my pen, lost my pen out of my quick release here. I found this in the truck toolbox, so I'm gonna shove it in there. Hopefully it'll keep me going a little while. Maybe. Hope so. Probably won't live long right there. We'll try it and see. Dug through both toolboxes in the truck, and it's the only one I found. I used to keep a spare in the excavator, but I guess it's fell out too. But yeah, I'm doing alright. We got a little pile of brush all up here. The hill's pretty steep, but we made it up through there and got all that stuff grubbed up out of it. I'm cleared back to the fence good down there. Be able to bush hog that and maintain it from now on. So I was just grubbing some of this big stuff out. Well, not big, but bigger. I'm almost to a point I'm gonna take off up the fence row here in just a minute. It's getting there. As long as my pen don't fall out. Something all the time. So other than the wild rose bushes and briars, I got all that junk cleaned out along the fence here. Looks like I've got a little fencing. There's where a big old limb fell on it and knocked it down. I got all this little knob cleaned up. I really wasn't planning on doing all that. I was just going to go up the fence row, but it just worked out where I could get all this stuff cleaned up through here. Other than that little bitty stuff there, I may just come back through the bush hog yet. Still ain't got that tree trimmed, but I'll do that. Another brush pile over there. That hill don't really look it, but it's pretty steep. My pole saw, I had to cut one old leaner back here. I couldn't dig it out because the fence was nailed to it, so I just had to cut the top off of it. Yeah, I got all the big stuff dug out to the fence. Like I say, other than the briars and a few little things. Might have to put a few posts in, looks like. Neighbor over there's got a good road along his fence. I have to have one like that as well. I made it out about, I guess, almost as far as I'd walked earlier. It's kind of getting dark in here. Couldn't see real good up around the fence. I didn't want to grab barbed wire and jerk the fence down any worse than what it did. It's starting to get kind of steep here. I'm gonna have to cut this down a little bit to keep going, but I don't see, there's nothing real big out through there that's going to interfere with me for a good distance. Just get all this old dead stuff cut out and just keep on drafting it through there. So on my road building project the other day, I had a little issue. I've had a little crack here, and did I do the right thing and bring it back and fix it? Nope. I just kept going. Now I've got a big crack. Yeah. Really nice one. Of course, this thing has been repaired in the past. That's a patch somebody's put on there right there. That's not factory. But yeah, this is the thing to do. Just keep running it. Just keep running it till it falls off. That was about one more tree and it would have fell off. Yeah, fun times. Well, I have an assortment of chains and binders. About 3 different things going on here. I put this little rascal here on to pull the bucket over and line the dipper back up with the boom. Then this one holds the main boom tight. Keep it from drifting and wandering around. And then this is the main workhorse right here. It's the one that closed the crack back up. So, or almost closed it up. It's nothing perfect, but it's a whole lot closer than it was. I'm gonna let it sit here a little bit like this. May hit it a lick or two of the hammer. Put a little bit more tension on it. But that's going to be good enough to weld back up. And my only other choice is cut every bit of that stuff off. Take the dipper completely off of it. And fix it right. But what am I going to do? Nope. I'm going to patch her up. Keep going. It's a farm machine. It'll be all right. Okay, so I still have a little Bobcat in traction here. Been working on it a little bit. Took the tuning fork to it. And a little more tension. And it's, I don't know if it's in closer than it was or not, but it's no worse. So, I guess the longer you mess with something, the more chances you take of messing it up. So I think I'll quit right here. Grind that out real good. And I'll be ready to start throwing some 7018s in there tomorrow morning. I'm not gonna work real late tonight. It's rainy and I'm sleepy. Well, I've been grinding for about 30 minutes, I guess. Of course, the only weld that ain't broke is on the back. And curiosity's really getting to me. You know, I just was planning on welding this up and moving on, but I'm real curious as what's behind that. The more I work on it, the more I think about it, I'm like, wonder what's behind that patch. I don't know, that patch may come off there. Yeah, we'll see. See how fragile it is. You know, about a minute later, and a bigger size hammer, it's about off there. Yeah. It's hard to work one-handed. Yeah. That's why I'll just come back in a minute. Okay. So behind the plate, they did attempt to weld that, I'm assuming. It looks like it a little bit. But this patch here, it wasn't much. Yeah, not a whole lot of penetration. So I guess that's why she broke a second time, because I just don't know how good a job they did the first time. They may have done a really, really, really good job. I'm not knocking them. I'm just, what I'm seeing here makes me wonder, because that one weld right back there, it's just full of pits and slag, and yeah, don't look real good. So if the rest of it's that way, I can see why. But anyhow, we'll grind that little crack out pretty much all the way through there, and then start over. Okay, so I've ground and ground and ground. I think I found all the cracks on the top and went to the end of them. And I've got it ground pretty deep. I mean, it's pretty well ground through all the way. So I'm gonna get 95% penetration, hopefully. Yeah. Coming right along. I think it'll work. Okay, several hours later. Take my paper towel protectors off here. I think I'm done well. I mean, there's a few little low places in it, but I mean, that's not really pits. That's just low places in a weld. It needs to be cleaned up a little bit, but Got a little smoke on it there. Okay. Looks pretty rough, but I think it'll probably hold. It's burning in pretty good. And I did chase the cracks all the way to the end, and then some. So I actually burnt completely through there in a place or two when I was welding that in. So man, it got pretty warm. That's from all my grinding and welding rods scattered everywhere. I don't know that I'm gonna put that patch back over that, because I like to be able to see it if it cracks. And that way I know what's going on. If I put that patch on it, it's gonna hide it. You're not gonna be able to see it. So the way I'm thinking right now, I'm leaving that off. I still got a lot of welding to do up underneath because it's all broke up in there. Can't really see it, but it's broke pretty bad. So yeah, and then this side's broke too. That's where I just kept running it. But it should be a lot easier to fix than the other, hopefully. I'm gonna go ahead and buy the lunch, then come back, grind that out and weld it. Then I'm gonna have to reconnect the battery to the machine and move it to a different position where I can get up underneath. I'm really looking forward to that. I love welding up overhead. Yeah, good stuff. I've been working on the other side. Got it welded up. Yeah, there's a little low place or two there, but nothing major. It was ground out really deep and clean good and welded up good. And around here, get in here. Yeah, it was cracked in this side too. So I just run a couple of beads up through there after I ground it down good and deep. Burn in a little deep right there, but I believe it'll be okay. Think that'll do. Got an old piece of sheet metal I put over the cylinder here to keep from getting splatter on it. Yeah. Okie dokie. Moving right along. Well, I made it up underneath here. Got the top done finally. And this is just in a bad way. Look at this big old ugly weld that somebody's put on here. It's just all cracked up. It's just, at least it broke beside of it instead of down through the middle like it did on the other side. But it's a little hard to get to, but that's all gonna have to come out of there. Big crack coming over this way, and there's another one up there coming over, kind of. Yeah, right there. Yeah, it's all messed up. But this side's good now. I got that weld cleaned up. Now I think I found all the cracks. It's not too bad. There's one goes right up through here. And then one comes across, and a little one comes across, and a little angle off of it here. So that's that side. Then this side, it literally just cracked right down through there. So, and a little crack across through here. So I'll weld that up, and then I'll be done with this, I hope. So I'm done welding. I've messed with this thing all day long today. I'm over it. I ground all this up through here, and there's not a crack there. It kind of looks like it, but that's just where that old big fat weld was. I never did see more cracks over here. I got that one. Got this one across here, and that little fella there. That side all the way underneath the bottom and around up and over across here. So I'm gonna call it quits right there. I'm still debating on putting that little patch back on here, but if I do, I'll just put like a triangle or something. I'm not gonna put that whole big thing on there where I can keep an eye on this. Still haven't decided yet, but it's Saturday night. I'll sleep on that a couple of nights. Figure out what to do with it. But I think it'll be okay now. If it don't, I'll fix it again.